Today we're taking you to an event that's been going on for many years here in Prince George, the Prince George Regional Heritage Fair. Not only celebrating local heritage, but perhaps family heritage. We're going to meet a bunch of kids today who had the chance to look into some of their relatives and people who, actually I'll give you a little hint here, someone whose family member almost went on the Titanic. What a crazy connection and piece of knowledge that is. We're going to expand on that and so much more on CKPG Today. We love to celebrate history on the show, and the kids are doing that today at the Exploration Place, so we thought we'd come take it in. The Prince George Regional Heritage Fair back for another year. We got Crystal here to talk a little bit about it. Thanks so much for making the time to chat, and congratulations on another year of this.
Yeah, Heritage Fair is a really exciting day. I look forward to it every year, and we're just glad it's the day. Today is the day.
Today is the big day. It's been going on for a long time, as I understand. Many kids, probably people watching this, will be like, I did that back in the day.
I was just chatting with someone who's like, oh yeah, I did it when I was a kid, and I love hearing about students. I mean, to be fair, this is a national program. The Heritage Fair program is a national program. I could have gone, but my school didn't do it.
Oh,
so I guess I missed out.
Now you're giving back in a different way.
Yeah. So there's lots of people in the community that are working here or working wherever that have been part of the Heritage Fair over the years. It's wonderful to see alumni, and it's to see a new crop of kids every year doing projects on topics that interest them.
Yeah, I was going to say, so how does it work here? What grades and how do they choose what their topics are?
So it's open to students grades 4 to 10. They have to do a project on Canadian heritage. So it can be anything that they're interested in that they can relate to Canadian heritage.
Okay.
So, if you want to do dinosaurs, you can, but it should be focused on dinosaurs found on Canadian soil.
Right.
If you want to do Justin Bieber, you can, but you should try to relate it to, his Canadian influences or the impact he's had on Canadian music or something like that, right? You need to tell us how. If you want to pick whatever you want, you can, but you have to tell us how it relates to Canadian heritage.
So
we've seen so many great projects over the years. We've had projects on like the Avro Arrow, lots on fur trapping. Mr. PG is a popular one these days. A lot of family history projects, which is a really great entry point, especially for grade 4 students and younger students. We just had so many interesting topics. We just love chatting with kids about what they learn and what they've discovered.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So do you have a guess at how many kids are participating this year?
So this year we have 29 projects and 30 students, so there's one pair. You can come in pairs. Pairs are not eligible to go to the provincial fair. This year it's not really an issue. Unfortunately, the provincial fair is not happening this year because of funding reasons, but we look forward to having it again next year. And other than that, there's you can have pairs, you can have groups. One time someone brought a horse.
Wow. Okay. Inside here? No, okay.
No,
probably
it was,
outside.
We're hosting it at Blackburn, and so we put them by the doors, and the horse was outside of the emergency
greeting people.
door.
Okay, so I noticed a lot of judges walk around here with rubrics.
Yeah.
Now, what are the judges looking for here to grade, or how do you do this?
So judges are here. They're community volunteers. They are essentially interviewing students and marking essentially what level of achievement they've reached with regard to the questions they're asking, the research they've done, their bibliographies, how confident and articulate they are when they're actually speaking with the judges. So there's 5 or 6 different categories that they essentially judge. We go through them all in the afternoon, and everyone goes home with a medal, depending on how they have reached their achievement. And then they also are eligible for many local awards. So Hubble Homestead, Exploration Place, the library, many other groups in the city do sponsor awards, whether those are gift baskets or cash prizes. So kids can go home with a fair bit of money.
Yeah, okay.
I think there's a couple $100 prizes here this evening. And so there's a lot of opportunity for recognition, and everyone goes home with a goodie bag, and it's just a really fun day. They get to miss school, rotate through these fun activities, have an afternoon at the museum, and then get recognized at the end of the day. What's not to love?
What is not to love? That is a great thing. Crystal, I like to ask the why, and I guess there's probably a pretty cool why for you of why you love doing this. I mean, you're involved in Hubble Homestead and local history, heritage. But why do you love this so much?
I really love the Heritage Fair. It's a really fun day, even for me. I'm administering things, and I'm having a good time. I really love seeing how kids connect to heritage, their own heritage, their country's heritage, and how during the work of the project, how they connect to others in their community. So some of these students have reached out to their grandparents or to community members to do oral histories. They're going to archives, they're going to libraries. You know, they're just like really being a full part of the community in every sense, I'd say. And I just think it's wonderful to see how students make those connections and the impact it has on them, not only today, but like throughout their life. There's so many young students that I have met over the years that are adults now, and they still, like, they didn't go into heritage, but they're still interested in history, and it's just a spark, you know, and I think it's wonderful.
I think it's wonderful too. I love seeing it. Personally, I mean, I think there's a few future journalists in the room, maybe. If there's jobs for them, we'll see. But anyways, we'll see what the kids have in store for us today.
She lived in England, and she was a accompaniment to the Mrs. Parents, and she was gonna take the Titanic to see her sister, but for some reason she didn't go on it.
Good thing, I guess, eh? Yeah.
These are dinosaur bones. These are Cretaceous. Brachylophosaurus. Everyone say Brachylophosaurus. Brachylophosaurus. Again. Again. You have to say it 3 times.
Miss an episode? That's okay, life gets busy. We get it. Or maybe you didn't miss anything, but you're here to watch that one feature again because honestly, it was that good. No judgment. Here's the good news. You can relive every moment of the CKPG Today Show whenever you want. Head over to ckpgtoday.ca, click on the Today Show tab, and voila. So grab some snacks, kick back, and binge away because let's face it, life's too short to miss out on great local TV.
Give me your elevator pitch. Tell me a little bit about your project here.
Well, I did my distant relative, John Baptiste, was here at St. Jean. He was a very important person to Canada. He was a fur trader, a translator, a soldier, and a merchant.
Wow.
He was one of the first merchants in York, Toronto.
What's the coolest thing you learned about your distant relative? What do you say?
Probably about like the fur trade, because honestly, I didn't know much about that until I did this project.
Did one of your family members say, hey, we got a pretty famous relative, you should do some research, or how does this come about?
Well, I first wanted to do fur trading.
Yeah.
Then my dad said like, oh well, we had like a fur trader in the family. So I started researching about him, and I said I could do an entire project about him, so I just did it.
I see you got World War I here on the poster, Bruin. Tell me a little bit about what your heritage project is.
Well, it's about my family in World War I and how my uncle was a tunneler and...
A tunneler?
Yes.
Whoa. Okay, how'd you find this out? Does someone in your family say, hey, we got a little bit of history here? Or?
Yes, my grandma did. She had a paper full of information about him, so I wrote about him.
Okay, so give me your little elevator pitch here. Pretend I'm a judge.
Well, pretty much what happened to him was he was the 4th tunneler in the family. He has 11 brothers, and what happened was he had an injury at Vimy Ridge when a tunnel collapsed on him.
Wow, that is crazy. Tell me a little bit about your heritage project here today.
This is my great-great-grandfather, and he went to the Boer War, and he got sick, so he got shipped back to Halifax, and he spent 2 months in the hospital. And then he went back to southern Alberta, where he started a ranch with his brother with script land that he got from the Boer War. And then at his mother's post office, he met his future wife, Ethel.
Yeah.
And she lived in England, and she was an accompaniment to the Mrs. Parents. And she was gonna take the Titanic to see her sister, but for some reason she didn't go on it.
Good thing, I guess, hey? Yeah. And you got some cool old pictures here.
Yeah.
Now, what inspired you to look into the history of Beaverley?
The Indigenous worker at my school told me about Beaverley Elementary, and I wanted to learn more about my school and meaning behind.
Oh, that is pretty cool. It's crazy, you know, you think like a school like Beaverley hasn't been around that long, but you go back in the records, it's been around a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's some of the coolest facts you found out? I mean, the community connections piece is very cool, but what are you kind of most proud of or something you didn't expect to find?
This school,
The original school.
Yeah.
Wow. Tell me about this here. What am I looking at?
This is the Canada's immigration process.
Okay. And tell me a little bit about your poster here and why you chose this topic.
I chose this topic because I wanted to learn more about my grandma, more about my grandpa, and how they came here and why they came here.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about them.
So there was an ongoing war in Cambodia at the time because they had to work in fields, in like rice fields, because they ran away to like a refugee camp on the border of Thailand.
Oh, wow.
And then they lived there for like, I'm actually not that sure.
Yeah.
And then they had a babe. My uncle was born in the refugee camp. And then they got a sponsorship that took them to Canada.
Wow.
And then they lived in Canada for 3 or 4 years. Then they got their citizenship.
Yes, these are dinosaur bones. These are Cretaceous. Brachylophosaurus. Everyone say Brachylophosaurus. Brachylophosaurus. Again. Again. You have to say it 3 times. It commits it to memory. Okay. They're about 70 million years old. 70 million years old. This right here. What? One more time? Poop. Louder? Poop. Does it smell like poop? Well, it is poop. It is. It is dinosaur poop. Do you guys want to touch the dinosaur poop? You can touch that.
I told you we can
There you go. Yeah, there you go. This is from World War II. This is a bomber jacket from a World War II bomber from Jack Milburn. This also is from World War II right here. This was part of the uniform from the Women's Auxiliary Air Force during World War II. So they did all sorts of things like working on planes, working on tanks, driving tanks, sometimes flying planes.
Tired of missing the good stuff? Let CKPG Today come to you. Our new weekly email newsletter delivers local stories, contests, and can't-miss moments from the show straight to your inbox. No digging through social media anymore. It's free, it's easy, and it's very local. Sign up now at ckpgtoday.ca or by scanning the QR code on your screen now.
The Northern Angel Summit is back for another year. Its second year here in Prince George, helping local people with their ideas, make them bigger and better. We got Mary Mighty in studio to talk a little bit more about this today. Thanks for coming in again. Great to see you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, this is pretty exciting. It's second year, a great success in year one. It was awesome to catch up with the winner of that year and see what they're doing with solar panels, and you're doing it all again. But remind the folks here a little bit about the Angel Summit and the series and what it all is.
Okay, well, we bring together companies and we bring together angel investors and we connect them together. We also train them, so the finale is coming up on June 26th, but we're very busy during this time doing workshops, spending time with the angels, spending time with the founders, and making sure they get connected and can ask questions, because it goes from 24 companies to 12 companies to the final 6 companies. So there's lots of work to do and lots of work for the angels and the founders.
Definitely. How's the 6 shaping up so far? Can you give me any hints?
Oh, no, none of that.
You got to come to the finale
It's
to see
really
that.
up to the angels. I have nothing to do with it. So it's like I have to be careful
Of course.
because I don't want to say my favorites.
We talked to Andrew in here before as well, but it's just awesome to hear, and it's on the website. If you go and look for us, we'll link all the details. But invest local and build local, two of the key words of the Angels. And I feel like, is it everything you had set it out to be?
Yeah.
And more, probably.
I think that last year, the finale, we had over 200 people there.
Yeah.
And one of the key takeaways was we didn't know there was that many innovative companies and how cool that is. And I think there was one guest that brought his 13-year-old son, and he just wanted to expose him to this world because this type of pitch competition is normal in tech companies and tech startups. And so getting our youth and supporting the ecosystem. So it's companies from all over northern BC. It's not just Prince George.
Yes.
It's from Fort St. John and Dawson Creek and Terrace. And it's making sure that those companies get the support that they need. And often those angel investors also have so many skills. So it's not just the money, it's also the mentorship and the relationships that come out of it and the contacts that the founders can get from the angels.
No kidding. Yeah, contacts are everything.
Yeah.
I'll be the first to admit that. I know you too.
Right? Yeah, for sure.
Bringing it back to the finale, June the 26th at the Prince George Conference Civic Center. You're going to want to get your tickets for this. People can also expect a little bit of an innovation showcase as well. Tell me about this.
Yeah, so we decided this year, just playing off that idea of let's showcase what kind of innovation and technology is really in northern British Columbia. We tend not to think well of ourselves. So 24 companies will have a booth there, including the top 6. We've also invited other technology companies to, if they want to purchase a booth, like they're an existing technology, there's some existing firms here, whether they're working in robotics or whether they have a software or a hard tech. We're inviting them to go out and be a part of that also. So that's the finale night, June 26th.
Perfect. You still looking for people? Is there open booths if people are watching this? Okay.
Yeah, it's open booths. So if you're a technology company, bring out your tech. We want to see it. We want to showcase this so that we have a university here. It's a research and innovation university. And we need to encourage those students to stay here in BC. And so building the ecosystem and making sure that they have a place to stay and get the mentorship they need and the private capital they need.
Yeah, that helps too. Yeah, definitely.
Sure.
It always makes me laugh driving around Prince George. Many of these businesses, these tech companies, and the solar panel one last year is a great example of this. You just never know what's behind any door. Downtown, whether it's on Queensway or in the BCR site, anywhere, there's companies looking for big ideas and big potential all the time. So people are interested in tickets, Mary, where can they find them?
On our website, so northernangelsummit.ca/tickets. But if you get to the homepage, you'll find us there.
Perfect. And by the way, you can buy a table if you're a business as well or something like that?
We're not selling tables, so there is food, and but it's not a sit-down dinner. It's much more interactive than that. We had a tough time getting people in the seats. And I should mention too that the audience gets to also choose their winner. So the Angels choose their winner, but there is a audience choice.
I like that. People's Choice Award too.
People's Choice. That's exactly it. Yeah, that's what we call it. I forgot that name.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming in today, Mary. It's been great to catch up. And folks, don't forget about it. The Angel Summit, back for another year, June the 26th at the Prince George Conference Civic Center. We'll include all the details, the tickets, anything you need to know on our website, ckpgtoday.ca. Thanks so much, Mary.
Awesome. Thank you.
Taking a look outside at our CKPG snapshot of the day from Tasha Wright, who captured this fox family here. You can see, want 1, 2, 3, 2 little foxes and the mom. Cool stuff. It's really a stunning shot, actually, as well, Tasha, with the lighting. Gotta wonder, what's the fox looking at, the mother fox? Maybe its next snack? maybe a predator. Who knows? We will never know. Thanks so much for sharing, Tasha. If you have a snapshot, folks, we would love to see your photos, your adventures. You can email them to us at snapshot@ckpg.com. Hey there, got an idea or suggestion for the show? Reach out and connect through our social media or send us an email at letstalk@ckpgtoday.ca. Here's what's coming up in our community and around the region. Check out Mackenzie for their 60th celebration, coming up May 15th to 17th, all weekend long activities for the whole family, including the unveiling of a time capsule put back a few years ago. Details online at the Mackenzie Chamber website. Check out Ilaria and the Mountain at the Knox Performance Center on May the 16th. This is a musical story produced by the Smithers-based Valley Youth Fiddlers Group. This performance explains the themes of self-discovery and so much more. Tickets and details online on their website. Check out Emma Wong in concert Sunday, May 17th at the Trinity United Church. This 10-year-old phenom is set to play the harp for you, featuring a variety of hymns, classical works, contemporary, and Celtic pieces. Details at the PG Conservatory website. Check out Spring on the Homestead, the official opening of the Hubble Homestead Historic Site just north of Prince George on Monday, May 18th at 10:30 a.m. A good way to celebrate the long weekend, featuring Spring on the Homestead that keeps giving year after year. Hosting an event and you want to get the word out? Let us help you. Let's talk at ckpgtoday.ca is our email.
As the saying goes, there's a reason for everything, right? You walk into the BC liquor store, you wonder, why are certain things placed where they are? There's reasons for this. And it goes back to the 90s, in which a change of rules made PWB here in Prince George particularly very upset. Let's look at this today on Local History.
Taking a look back to 1996, PWB in Prince George was miffed over a plan to shift beers to the back of the store. Yes, the liquor distribution branch here in British Columbia changed their rules, adding different sections for different kinds of beers. Example, the premium, mainstream, and value beers would be placed in different areas of the store. Premium, of course, at the front, while other beers would be at the back. PWB, of course, were kind of mad because that's put their beer more in the value section, which was in the back of the store. And there is a method to the madness of liquor stores in British Columbia, the government ones in their layout, and there's a bit of the background into that.
There you go. I think that warrants some frustration from the folks at PWB, right? Convenience is key. If you're at the back of this store, I mean, people maybe go for something else. I don't think so. Prince George loves that PWB stuff. Anyways, thanks so much for watching today, folks. We'll see you on the show tomorrow for some more fun and local content you know and love. Bye for now.